Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Nightmare Mode run. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're playing the Arms Dealer, a character that I really enjoy because putting together the weapon sets out of random nonsense that you find in the shop, I find really fun. Now I know there's a lot of players who find the Arms Dealer pretty difficult, but one of the things I really like about this character is that it teaches you how the shops work in the game. And once you understand those, the character itself gets a lot easier. So the Arms Dealer, I think, does a very good job of giving you stuff to work off of when you're playing this character. We're on the Abyss, so I'll take the Corrupted Shard here. And I'm going to take attack speed here because no matter what weapon set we end up with, attack speed is almost always going to be extremely valuable. So typically, of course, we can buy ranged or melee damage or elemental damage or engineering, but always attack speed, percent damage, and crit chance are going to be at least somewhat useful. I'm going to roll here and I'll take 5 more attack speed. And then for our weapon here, I'm going to go, I'll just buy the spear. I think I'm going to pass on the railgun because it's not a very good weapon early and it costs 2. We can save a material by buying a 1 damage, a 1 cost weapon instead. Although if I buy the mutation, which I'm kind of inclined to, we get a free reroll. So I think I'm going to buy the mutation. The reason for this is it gives us 2 damage types. So again, no matter what weapon set we end up with, it can be powerful. Sharp Bullet can be a bit of a challenge for this character. We'll ban Terrified Onion as just a weak weapon, but it's still on the whole quite good because a reasonable number of your weapons will have projectiles. So even though it reduces your damage a little bit more because your damage modifiers are increased, and there are some types of weapons that have too many projectiles or already have projectiles, so the Sharp Bullet won't be useful. It can still be a very powerful tool, so we're going to pick it up. I'm going to lock the submachine gun. That's just a good weapon for wave 2. Do I want to lock the javelin as well? I think that's fine. So I'm just going to lock all of these weapons or this entire shop. 4 weapons should be plenty for wave 2. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure that we have a reasonable weapon set for wave 3 already lined up. Very important with the Arms Dealer to make sure that you have a good weapon for next wave, not just for this wave, because not only does that make the next wave easier, it also means that you're going to get better weapons in future waves, because you're more likely to find weapons that you already have a copy of, and you're more likely to find weapons that share tags with weapons you already have a copy of. So by buying a strong weapon like a submachine gun, we're more likely to find SMGs. By buying a weapon from a strong weapon tag like primitive, we're more likely to find primitive weapons. Sharp Bullet is actually pretty bad with the current set of weapons that we have, at least the javelin. I'll take the goat skull, I'll roll, but we're still going to buy it here. Then I'm just going to buy these 2 weapons. They're fine. I'm going to go ahead and ban... I'll buy Lost Duck, I think, because increasing my luck is good, even if it reduces my elemental damage. And then I'm just going to go ahead and ban the Alien Tongue. While it can be useful, it's certainly not a must-have, and I'd rather just get the free reroll and make it a little easier to find more weapons to lock for future waves. I'll take another Corrupted Shard and a Lumberjack shirt, and I'll lock a Javelin. Might as well reroll here. We'll lock a Spear as well. These are going to be good weapons for wave 4. I'm fine with 4 weapons for this wave. We will still be able to clear everything without giving up any clear speed most of the time. Wave 4 is going to be a little harder because we're on the Abyss, so we've got the Lamprey on the Abyss. We need to deal with the Curse Aliens, so I need more weapons on wave 4 in order to be able to clear the higher health, more dangerous enemies on that wave. So knowing what you need for specific waves also fairly important for this character. I could take 10 more attack speed, but let's just pick up 2 armor. Armor's always good. We'll buy these items, and then we'll buy those as well. Buy another spear. Pets are excellent for the Arms Dealer because they are non-weapon sources of damage. So they benefit from your increased damage modifiers, but of course don't go away at every wave, so you're going to end up being able to keep them. I'm just going to buy the Blazemander here. I'll lock the Whistle. I'm going to pass on the Goat Skull for now because I want to roll and find more weapons. And I'll pick up the Torch. I'll lock these 2. This is interesting because I'm only going to have 5 weapons this wave. We won't be able to roll again. I could maybe have not locked all of these weapons and gone for 6, but I think given the weapon set we have, which is pretty strong, I'm okay with 5 weapons. I mean, there are plenty of builds where you will end up with only 5 weapons on wave 4 if you're going for a more expensive weapon. So I think I'm fine with this, and getting to lock those 3 excellent economy items is pretty powerful as well. And, of course, we got to buy the Blazemander also. Got to pick up a point in Curse. We should be able to clear the Loot Alien. Now, the fact that I only had 5 weapons did make it so that I got the Loot Alien kill, but didn't get the second Curse Alien, so that was a little bit of a downside there. Even though it cost me elemental damage, and we do have the Blazemander, I am going to take the Butterfly. Lifesteal is pretty good for this character. And then we'll take 7 crit chance, and I'll take 9 dodge. Getting early high dodge level ups is one way that we can easily make dodge work for us. I'm not going to buy the Loot Worm here because I shouldn't have too much trouble picking up materials this wave, and I need to spend my money on buying weapons, so I need to lock some items and then re-roll until I find enough weapons here. Support weapons are pretty good, and of course we're guaranteed a weapon every wave, so I can lock a bunch of other items. Support weapons are pretty good for this character because you get to keep the money that you make from the harvesting tag, and then you also get to keep the money, the harvesting growth that you gain from the support weapon tag as well. One thing I don't have right now is a good weapon locked. I could reroll for 8, but I think we're fairly happy regardless of what weapon we see next wave, so I'm going to kind of take my chances here. Any value over time weapon is good for the arms dealer as well. Things like support weapons that give you money, things like ethereal weapons, even hiking pole can be okay. It's, you know, going to be 1 point of range in that wave, but that's 1 point of range that you didn't have before, so it's not a high priority, but when combined with other support weapons, you'll take the value. We will pick up 6 movement speed. My move speed is currently negative. I'm going to buy this whole shop and buy the Vorpal Sword. I will take a Jousting Lance. Brick is also a weapon that gives you value, because if it breaks, you get to keep the money. We'll take a Gentle Alien. I'm going to buy Toxic Sludge as well. That means I'm probably playing this wave with only 4 or 5 weapons. And because we rolled this level 3 Chopper, I guess I'm buying Ghost Flint in hand here, but we'll lock that Chopper. But getting to buy the elemental damage for my Blazemander is sort of like having a 6th weapon anyways, because the Blazemander itself can kill stuff. Do I want Lens? I guess I do, and then I'll do a free reroll here. I'll lock Javelin, because this could still be part of a good weapon set, and then we'll lock Goat Skull as well. So I do need some more healing. But Wave 6 can mostly be pretty challenging in general. But with this weapon set, I think it should be okay, unless our brick breaks really early. Basically, our Vorpal Sword should do enough damage to clear the enhanced anemones, and with the extra move speed that we got off of the Jousting Lance and also buying move speed, we should be okay to kill them mostly before they get a chance to attack. Alright, can I get this Loot Alien? Sadly, no. I took a big hit there and had to kind of back off a bit. I'm going to take 3 regen over 8% damage, and then I'm going to take 15 attack speed. I could roll for armor as well, but again, attack speed is good no matter what weapon set we're using. I'll roll here, we'll buy Spear, Javelin, and I will buy the Railgun, ban the Boxing Glove, because it's fairly weak on the whole, and we'll buy another Spear. Getting up to 6 weapons is really nice. Then I'm going to buy this entire shop. We get Fertilizer, we get Jelly. We're very often going to have multiple different weapons, so Jelly is great. And Boiling Water, of course, helps with our Blazemander. Sadly, Coil doesn't do anything for us, so we're going to pass on that. Alien Eyes is okay. This is another non-weapon source of damage, so I think I will buy the Alien Eyes. Didn't get to lock anything good, but we should still be able to find other weapons, and now our Blazemander is actually a pretty powerful unit for us, now that we've picked up a few more points in elemental damage. This is a very strong weapon set, so I was hoping to find another spear or javelin or even another chopper, which is also fine because it gives you consumable healing for next wave that we could have locked. But since we found Potato Thrower, the worst weapon in the game, we're gonna pass on that. Remember that a bunch of our HP is fake here because it's from the primitive weapon tag from our temporary weapon set. Okay, I'm not thrilled about reducing my melee and range damage, but we'll take Fuel Tank. We'll definitely take Frozen Heart. This means that all the elemental damage that we've bought works regardless of what weapon set we've picked up. So it's going to help us a lot. And then I'll take some percent damage here. I'm going to buy this entire shop and then re-roll. Take Ghost Flint, I'll take a laser gun, I'll take a weird food. I'm just going to ban Medical Turret just to get an extra reroll, because I want to be able to buy another full weapon set. And Eye Surgery is probably okay. I'm going to pass on the Beanie for now. I'll definitely buy the Cursed Sickle. And Potato Thrower is bad, but the level 3 Potato Thrower here, giving me 5 harvesting from the weapon tag, I think is fine, especially because there's no guarantee I roll into another weapon we can actually use. This is a weird weapon set, but we've managed to pick up some reasonable additional damage. We have the Frozen Heart, which is helping us deal damage, even though we've only bought elemental damage and basically no melee or ranged damage in this run. And the Circular Saws having high lifesteal is going to be helpful for keeping me healed as well. We're unlikely to get 20 kills with the Ghost Flint and pick up a point of attack speed off of it, but if that does happen, that would obviously be amazing. Trying to focus on getting a few points in Curse here. We'll take the fresh meat and we'll pick up some lifesteal, and then I'll take some more percent damage. And then here we'll take 15 more attack speed. Again, this works regardless of our weapon set. I'll take Saltwater. The Cursed Saltwater is great. I'll take a Pruner. Not the best weapon, but an okay one. I think I'm going to wait on the Eye Surgery, so I'm going to buy Penguin, and then we'll do some rolls to look for more weapons. We'll buy Pruner and Knife. Spicy Sauce I will lock as well. This is, again, a non-weapon source of damage, but also we need the HP. And then we can buy a couple more weapons here. We can buy a Lightning Shiv, and I will take an Incendiary Turret. Do I want that over the Spicy Sauce? I think not. I'm going to buy Spicy Sauce first. And given that I'm not buying it right now, I'm actually not going to lock Incendiary Turret. I feel like the average item we find in that spot is better, even though it could be fine. We don't have any engineering yet, and we have no structure attack speed. We have no burn spread. So I think we're better off just focusing on our core options here. But typically, in almost every run, I say, don't buy things that are outside of your core plan. Don't buy Scared Sausage, don't buy Alien Eyes on most characters, because you're just giving yourself a whole extra set of stats that you need, instead of improving the things that your character already does. The Arms Dealer is the opposite. You want to make sure that the increased stats that you're going to get have something to do. So you need to buy items like Baby Gecko and Cyberball, or Baby Elephant and Cyberball, like Scared Sausage and like Alien Eyes, in order to allow your high damage to actually function. I wasn't able to kill that loot alien, unfortunately. I will take the turret for 9 materials. I think that's fine. I'll take more attack speed. I'm going to buy the submachine gun, warrior helmet, bat, and eye surgery, and then we'll roll. We'll buy a torch. I'll buy a claw. I'll buy a tree, and we can ban Gummy Berserker. Buy another claw here. I'll take another Alien Eyes, that's fine. I have +2 consumable heal, so I will buy an Alien Worm, and then hopefully I can find 2 weapons in the next couple rerolls, and we were able to. I have no engineering. Do I want Pocket Factory? We have the one turret. I think it's fine to buy Pocket Factory here. I'm hoping for Scared Sausage. We already have Sharp Bullet. We already have Double Tree. So if I get a Scared Sausage with Pocket Factory, that'll be a good way to light a bunch of enemies on fire. And since we have a ton of elemental damage, and we have all the ingredients to make that plan a good one, we're going to lean into trying to get that plan online. Also, it helps that I have a Horde wave instead of an Elite. The Arms Dealer can struggle a little bit with early Elites, because you need to find a good weapon set to kill the Elite. Your ability to clear a Horde wave is much more dependent just on your attack speed than on what weapons you're actually using. Obviously, some are much better than others, but just boosting your attack speed makes you way safer against Horde waves. So since we have a Horde wave, we can afford to get a little greedier buying items like Pocket Factory that don't help in the short term, but might set us up for a really powerful end game. Really good income here. I have 5 armor. I could buy 9 more dodge. I could take some luck or regen, or I could roll for armor or attack speed. I think I'm going to take the 9 dodge here. I do think I want to build dodge in this run, and then we'll take 12% more damage. Gatling gun, also a great option as well. This is going to help us clear the waves. I'm going to buy all of these. I will buy the Alien Eyes. We should be able to get to 6 weapons without too much difficulty. I'm going to buy all this stuff. We'll buy the turret. We'll roll. I'm going to buy the Ghost Scepter again, and Dynamite. There are some times where we might have an explosive weapon, but we don't currently. So I'm going to ban the Dynamite here. It does hurt Spicy Sauce, but you just can't rely on getting explosive weapons, so just removing it is better. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Cog, because we actually have a reasonable amount of engineering, so for 4% damage, I think it's worth it. I'll ban Garden, even though it's a good item, because I want an extra free reroll. And then I can roll, buy another weapon here. I will buy the level 2 sickle, because my weapon set is pretty bad. So I want to buy the higher damage weapon. And then we don't have enough dodge or melee damage to make Riposte good. Ugly Tooth is fine, but not necessary. I'm going to roll past both of those. I'll lock Sickle because it's a decent weapon, and we'll lock Treasure Map. I'm also going to lock Charcoal because it gives me 2 damage types that we want. This wave could be a bit tricky, but we have our 2 pets helping out. And if we're lucky enough for our Ghost Scepters, any of our Ghost Scepters to get 20 kills, we'll get to keep the HP. I'm not expecting that, because we don't have a lot of range damage, so I think most of our damage is going to come from other sources. We did get an HP there, but it was from leveling up. I do have piercing shots. Okay, I did get one HP from the Ghost Scepters, I think. I just got 1 tick. I might even have gotten another one that I didn't notice. Trying to clear all these enemies. Now, I'm taking pretty heavy hits when I do take damage. We'll definitely take Baby Squid. I'll take 9 more dodge, because getting to dodge cap would be great. Oh, right. My dodge was artificially high because I had ethereal weapons. I kind of forgot about that when I invested in the dodge levels there. But we are still at 23, which isn't the end of the world. I'm going to buy Snowball and Charcoal and Sickle. If I buy Treasure Map, do I still get to 6 weapons? I think I do. So I'll buy the Treasure Map. I'm going to buy some weapons here. Lock the Leather Vest. I'm going to pass on the Cog for now. I need these slots open for weapons. And we'll buy Ghost Flint. I don't really want Hand, so I'm going to pass on it. And we'll just buy some Fists for this wave. And then I am going to do another reroll to see if I can maybe level or improve some of my weapons. The 2 level 2 fists are my best weapons, so I could upgrade my Ghost Flint. I could combine them and buy a Ghost Flint. I think I'm just going to upgrade it, because that gives me the highest chance of actually getting attack speed. and then I'll buy the fresh meat. Lock Spoon is just a great weapon, and we do have ways of setting things on fire. I want to run at the Horde aliens to try to maximize my chances of getting some attack speed. I also want to clear the enhanced egg. I knew that the hatcher had been on the field long enough that there would be an egg, so I just ran back along the path that it had been traveling to find it. Clear that, get some healing. Tanking some pretty heavy hits when I'm taking hits. I'm gonna grab some more healing here. We did clear the blobfish. I want to pause. I need to remember to hit escape right before the end of the wave so I can check how much attack speed I've gotten from the Ghost Flint, because I'm curious. So let's see. Ghost Flint gave me 5 points of attack speed just from the Flint. I will take the beanie here. We'll take Broken Mouth. I'm going to recycle the statue. I'll take the Tyler. We have a lot of elemental damage. We'll take the book for more damage, of course. Here, I want more melee damage. I also want regen and lifesteal, but let's take the melee damage just to make sure we can kill stuff. And then I'll take 12% more damage. I'm going to buy all of this stuff. All these items that give you multiple damage types are normally not great because most characters only use one of the damage types. But for this character, of course, you use all of them. Hammer is good. We'll take Spoon and Toxic Sludge. I'll buy a small fish, I think. Just, we get a free reroll. We have to get it out of the pool. I'll take the Flamethrower. That's good damage. I'll lock Poisonous Tonic. Buy Catling Gun. Mastery I don't want, because if I end up with a ranged weapon set, it's going to be pretty bad for us. I'll take Fertilizer, lock Feather, and then roll. Lock Dangerous Bunny. And I guess I'll buy the Screwdriver. This is a fairly rough set, but we do have Flamethrower and Spoon, so it's going to do enough damage. But I might not be able... I wasn't able to lock anything in this wave, so I might not be able to buy a lot of non-weapon items next wave. Wasn't able to lock any weapons this wave, to be clear. Obviously, we have other items locked. But Spoon with the automatic crits against burning targets combined with Flamethrower, of course, very, very powerful. And getting 5 attack speed from our Ghost Flint last wave was incredible. 5 attack speed is half a coffee, right? Or a whole level 1 attack speed level up that we got entirely for free just by happening to have that specific weapon. So you really do need to keep an eye out for weapons that give you permanent bonuses on this character, because that's one of the ways that you can parlay your increased economy into permanent advantages. I'll take the goldfish. Now, Knot is actually pretty good for this character. Weapons can't be upgraded or recycled, but you can still buy new ones. So it very rarely prevents you from buying weapons that you want. So you should almost always buy Knot on this character. I'm going to re-roll here and look for armor. And we'll look a couple times. Look once more. Alright, I missed a million times, but I'll take 9 dodge. We can get to dodge cap. We'll buy Ghost Axe. We'll buy Dangerous Bunny, giving me more looks at other weapons. And I'll buy the Feather, but I'm going to leave Poisonous Tonic locked, because I need to find other weapons. We'll take the Ghost Axe and Plasma Sledge. I'll lock Crystal. This is a very strong item as well. I'll buy Torch and Revolver, and then roll. And I'll buy the Cacti Club. Now I'm going to buy the Crystal. Although I do have the Pocket Factory stuff, I'm not going to buy Toolbox, because I really don't want to reduce my attack speed. And even if we can't keep the Crystal bonus, which with some weapon sets, of course, will be very difficult, then it's still a very... the 5 attack speed is still really good. Like, would we pay 200 for just 5 attack speed? No. But 5 attack speed with a significant upside, we're very happy to pay for. So even if we do take hits and lose the Crystal bonus, it's still a totally reasonable purchase. We did lose our crystal bonus near the end of that wave, but we had it for most of the wave, so it was doing very well for us. I'm going to pick up some of these materials here. My loot worm's doing okay, but I could certainly use a little more help from it. And to take the 10 luck here, the harvesting would be fine, but it's a little bit late. Shotgun's pretty good in Horde waves, so I'll take the shotgun, we'll take Catling gun. I can't afford to buy Poisonous Tonic, I don't think. I need to get weapons to fight the Horde. I have only one consumable heal, so I'm going to pass on the Alien Worm as well. Alright, we're getting a little thinner on good weapons, but I will buy the Plank. We'll buy Javelin and Jousting Lance. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to roll again here, and we'll buy Jousting Lance. And then... Remember, I can't recycle weapons because of the knot, so I can't just, like, buy this loot and then roll and hope for something better. I have to decide whether it's going to be better. And I think it won't, so I'm going to just roll here. We'll take the Javelin, we'll buy the Rat, and we'll definitely take Rip and Tear, another source of non-weapon damage. So, things are going fairly well there. We didn't get to upgrade our character a lot. We had to spend a lot on rolling for weapons last wave, because we got a little unlucky on our weapon rolls. But of course, with a Horde wave, we should make more money. And be able to progress a little better. Alright, we lost our crystal bonus kind of in the middle of the wave, which is obviously bad, but we have plenty of time to build it back up before we really, really need it in this wave. And if I tank another couple hits like I did there, again, no big deal, as we already discussed. Well, I really want to kill this loot alien. That's one way to guaranteed increase my character power level. Do I want the loot, the cute monkey? I guess so. It is good healing. We'll take the campfire as well. And capping my move speed at 9 is totally fine. We also get 8 engineering here, which is great for our pocket factory. I'll take the landmines when it shows up in a box, and we'll take 5 more regen going up to 21. Excellent. I'm going to buy this entire shop. I think we can afford all of it without putting ourselves in danger. I'm going to lock the chainsaw here and keep it for next wave, because chainsaw is obviously really good against elites with the 1% current health as damage. I'm going to buy potato thrower. I'm actually going to lock... well, I need a full weapon set, and with the chainsaw locked, I'm not guaranteed to see weapons every shop anymore, so I actually need to kind of roll here. We'll buy shuriken. I'm going to pass on these two, and I'll roll, buy the screwdriver. I'll buy the mushroom. I think that's safe enough, and then I'll roll, and I'll buy the scissors. Do I want the mace? I think this is fine for Wave 16. It's not a great weapon set, but we've actually managed to build up a reasonable amount of non-weapon damage, and this way I get to keep the chainsaw locked and pick up the baby gecko. We don't have a ton of range damage, so our cats aren't amazing, but they're still fine. The enhanced cursed walrus is certainly going to be a lot of damage that we need to deal, but again, a level 3 icicle is just such a powerful item that, especially when we've been building elemental damage, that it's going to be doing a lot here. So we were able to clear that. We'll kill the curse aliens as much as we can. Get that tree, get a curse alien kill. Get these two as well. And then, even with a slightly weird weapon set, Wave 16 wasn't a problem. I'm going to recycle the piggy bank. It's too late for it to do anything. Even though we need elemental damage, I'm going to take the butterfly, because lifesteal is pretty important as well. I have 92 attack speed and 86 damage. Let's just take the higher level upgrade. I'll buy chainsaw, grenade launcher, and cacti club. These are all just good weapons that we can use against the elite. And then we'll roll. Do I want to save nuke launcher for a future wave? If we had a Horde wave coming up, I might, but here I think I'm just gonna grab the nuke launcher and we'll take grenade launcher, and Spoon will actually work pretty well because it has the guaranteed crits. With 7 armor, I don't love losing armor, but I will take sunglasses. It is a fairly increased, fair increase to my damage. We'll take the helmet. Wisdom, I'm going to take this as insurance. If we get a bad weapon set in the boss wave, then we won't be killing them quickly, so the wisdom can help with that. And then we have 5 structures, so I could get 15 engineering from the lighthouse and make my pocket factory quite a bit better. That's very expensive, though, so I'm going to pass on that. I'll buy Claw Tree. I'm going to lock Power Fist for next wave. That's a good weapon to have locked. We'll take a snake as well, because of course our burning is still useful. So here we just want to get close enough that our chainsaw can do some work, and we were able to clear the elite. Let's see how much damage all our weapons have done. 2,600, 975, 36, 3,000, 28, and then the chainsaw has done 6,000. Alright, taking hits from 2 buff stargazers, definitely not ideal, and I am letting them chase me into some of the environmental projectiles as well. So I need to make sure I'm killing those before I'm killing the houses, which is fairly difficult to do with all these explosive weapons. We're always going to take pretty substantial hits from those enemies. We don't have any knockback on this weapon set, or slowing effect like Ugly Tooth. I killed the loot alien, I believe. But we made it through. I'll definitely take the cape. It does cost me all the damage types, which is a little rough, but 5% lifesteal is great, and of course getting to almost dodge cap is amazing. We'll take the cog, we'll take the scar, and then I'm going to take 15 more luck. This is just going to help us heal. We'll buy Power Fist, we'll buy Wisdom, and then I'm going to roll past these items because I need weapons. And we'll buy a brick and a ghost flint, that's fine. I'm going to lock the little muscly dude. I think that's a good item to lock. If I buy these two, I would be... And then buy lure, I would be playing next wave with just 5 weapons. So I'm going to lock the lure and then roll. I was a little worried about this weapon set, so I think I will just take the minigun, and then I'm going to roll and try to lock another good weapon. I'm spending some money on that. And yeah, spiky shield is fine. I can do that, and we'll take the feather as well, because it gives me gets me to dodge cap. The minigun isn't actually going to be that much damage, because we don't have a ton of flat range damage, which of course is the best for a rapid firing... Best stat for a rapid firing weapon like this, but it will give me a ridiculous amount of lifesteal, so even if we start getting in trouble, the minigun will heal us back up. It's secretly one of the best healing items in the game. One trick question you can ask people about Brotato is, you know, what's the best healing item in the game? And you'll get a lot of answers like Fairy or a regeneration potion, but the actual answer is Flamethrower, because it attacks so quickly that you can use lifesteal incredibly easily. I really want to boost my armor, so I'm going to roll here. We'll take 4 armor. That's perfect. I'll buy Spiky Shield, Feather, and Lure. And then I need to save my money because I need to buy some more weapons here. I'll buy Claw. I'll lock Adrenaline. I'll buy Claw. Crossbow, I think, is too bad for Wave 19. Do I want to keep the Cursed Claw for next wave? Because that is a good weapon for fighting the bosses with. I think I'm okay, though. I'm just going to buy all these claws, and then I'm going to reroll, buy a tree, and roll again. Grenade launcher, not so great for the bosses, so I will... do I want the adrenaline? I mean, it's good healing, but we're over dodge cap. I actually shouldn't have locked adrenaline, I think. Because the healing is fine, but I need to leave some slots open to find a good weapon set for clearing the bosses. That's the thing we actually care about the most. And adrenaline just for the healing when it's not actually giving you dodge is not a very efficient item. Because we have dodge cap even without the bonuses from the unarmed weapon tag from the claws. Obviously, we wanted to buy the lure so that we could get the items from the loot aliens for the boss wave. Though, even if we hadn't seen it until wave 20, I'd have still bought it because 2 guaranteed consumable drops and 2 extra high health enemies to lifesteal off of makes us a lot safer. Is there any chance I can kill the loot alien? I didn't see it. It might have died, but I didn't see it. Okay, I would be going below dodge cap here to buy the alloy, but I do think it's worth it because we are having kind of some trouble with like ranged weapons. Our ranged damage was very low and my melee damage wasn't great either. So I just want to make sure that I can actually deal with that. And then we'll take the 3 lifesteal here and I'll take some more attack speed. And then, yeah, I'm down to 56 dodge, but that's okay. And to buy the metal plate because armor is the most important, but I think we're passing on little muscly dude and hedgehog, and I don't want ghost scepter. It doesn't really help with the boss fight. We'll take chainsaw and spoon. These are great weapons for the boss fight. Lightning shiv is fine, so I'll take these 2 and then I'll roll again. And knife is also okay. We have enough crit chance that the level 3 knife will do a decent amount of damage. Do I want the level 4 wrench? I think so. And then I can buy chameleon, which might seem weird, but when you're this close to dodge cap, dodge is really efficient. So buying the chameleon helps a ton. And then we can buy hedgehog and increase my damage. I can't buy the rocket launcher because we can't upgrade or combine or sell any of our weapons for the knot. But we can, because we have knot, but we can pick up the hedgehog there for a little bit more damage. And then we have a chainsaw and we can go into wave 20. Not the best weapon set for wave 20. I would have preferred just a few more high damage weapons. A second spoon would have gone a really long way, but the chainsaw, of course, is amazing. Any percent damage is going to be very good against bosses, and the spoon is great as well, because the guaranteed crits will give us significantly faster kill times. Now, I don't have... The only way I have to set things on fire is my Blazemander, so I need it to be hitting the elites so that our spoon can actually crit. Because we never found a scared sausage. But we did manage to kill both elites there, and that is the game. So that's the arms dealer. Super fun character, in my opinion. You just have to remember to buy weapons every shop. Very easy, of course, to lock yourself out. And make sure to lock good weapons for future shops, because not only will that make the next wave easier, it'll also mean you find more good weapons in the next shop. Dangerous Bunny, 328. Actually, let's check our damage here. 25k damage last wave from our chainsaw, so obviously the biggest hit there. We had 328 from Dangerous Bunny, 50k from Blazemander. We did have Frozen Heart slowing down the damage, so that decreased the Blazemander damage, but it was still good. We had 8k damage from Spicy Sauce, actually kind of on the high end, and then 36k from our turrets and Pocket Factory. Our cats combined did 80,000, so not bad there. The Snowball actually gave me 6 elemental damage, which I got it pretty late, so I wasn't expecting a ton from it, but it did really well, and we got to 50 damage. Then we got 3 free items from Treasure Map, so that was great. 24k damage from Tyler. Our rat dealt 13,000. 26 healing from Cute Monkey. 13,000 from Rip and Tear. And overall, just a pretty clean win. We just bought good weapons and good non-weapon damage sources every wave, and we were able to clear the bosses very quickly. Also, finding the chainsaw for the elite and boss wave was very nice. Definitely a very powerful item, of course. Alright, my friends, hope that you've enjoyed this run, and of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks! I'll catch you next time.